Arise. Welcome to Rotary, everyone. Looks like we're going to have a little gloomy day, but it's nice. The temperatures are down. So is everybody feeling good for a Tuesday? I can't hear you. All right. Let's get fired up for our song. And leading our song today is Charlotta. I'm not really sure how this is going to go, but come on down, Charlotta. Let's see. She used to be a squire. Choir, okay, not a squire. I was going to say she's not bringing up any swords or jousting.
If I did, it'd be stabbing you. Okay, we're going to sing You're a Grand Old Flag. For those of you that are visiting, you can see the words on the screen. You may or may not know this song. Hit it. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. Very good.
All right. Thank you, Charlotta. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Let's call up Larry Avinsky for our invocation. Next on the hot seat, Larry.
We gather here today with gratitude for the opportunity to serve, to lead, and to make a difference in the lives of others. Guide our thoughts and decisions that they may be rooted in wisdom, integrity, and purpose. Help us to use our talents and resources not just for personal success, but for the betterment of our community and those in need. Give us clarity in our work, strengthen our challenges, and humility in our accomplishments. May we leave this place committed to doing good and acting fairly and lifting others along the way. And let us say amen.
You may be seated. For those, you're not introducing guests, are you? I don't think so. For those just joining us for the first time at Rotary, Rotary is an extremely inclusive organization. We are apolitical and a-religious. As you notice, we end our prayers in amen, because everybody's included here. We weren't introducing guests. There was way too many to announce. Is that correct, Lawrence? Yeah, we're good on guests. So with that being said, I want to make a couple of announcements. One, Guard Brooks is home and recuperating. He's doing well. If y'all may or may not know, I think we announced that he had some What?
Garth Brooks is at home.
Garth Brooks, yes. Garth Brooks, the stranger, is, no. Okay, that actually was not written on here. Usually if it's written on here, I scribbled down something. No, Gard Wade, sorry, not Garth Brooks. It's actually Travis Tritt is at home and recovering. No, Gard Wade is at home and recovering. Many of you know he had some heart issues and was flown to Dallas and has since been returned home, and he's doing well. So hopefully we'll see him back here quickly. And today is Diane Clark's birthday. Happy birthday, Diane. You know, I wanted to go over a couple of other little things. We had, luckily we also have President of Centenary College, a member who's here, so everybody who is receiving scholarships and the high schoolers are interested in college later, he's a man to see. And we also have the Chancellor of Southern here with us today. We are missing the Chancellor of LSUS. He is in Baton Rouge. Not sure what he's doing down there, but it's obviously some LSU business. Who knows? For history lesson today, in 1795, Great Britain passed a tax on hair powder. Who knew? I kind of hit your budget, Jeffrey, but you know, the hair powder thing. And this is a wild one. Today in 1921, Coco Chanel introduced Chanel No. 5, ladies. And you know, one ounce of Chanel takes 1,000 lilac flowers and 50 roses, all from Grasse, France, for 1 ounce. That's crazy. That's why it costs so much. That's why we don't have it in my house. Everybody just uses, what is it? What's the commercial, Jeffrey, where they, what is that commercial? All right, I was going to make a joke. Can't make it. Lost it. And in 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American to go into space today. So there's your history lesson. I know we're going to move fast on this because we've got a lot of folks that Jeffrey needs to go through. But one thing I was really excited about, we have our first new Interact Club from Southwood present. And if they would come up here, I want to introduce everybody. Come on up. So I'm going to start with the president, is Christopher Bennett. He's president of Interact Club. Then our vice president is Vice President Jeremiah Edwards. Then Oswaldo Moya is treasurer. And Lila. Leah, it's spelled, I know. Okay. She is going to be the secretary. And then, of course, Julie is an algebra teacher, and she is the sponsor for the club. So she's the one that's going to help these kids roll out Interact at Southwood. So we're really excited that Southwood is getting involved in Interact. And I'm really glad y'all came and got to introduce you to all these Rotarians. So thank you very much. Anybody want to say anything? You don't have to, but more than welcome to. You'll do better than I'm doing right now. All right, so with that, we can get on with the show. Jeffrey? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Lawrence has some Paul Harris Fellows to give out. I'm all over the place today. I said I'm all over the place today.
Yeah. I've got one to give out, but before that, I want to remind you about the banquet next Saturday on the 16th. We got 60 people signed up, 10 from this club, and so I hope we can get some more for two reasons. As I mentioned, we're honoring Wishy Nolan for being a major donor level 4. And this week, it was decided that Charlotta will be having her governor installation the same day. So if you want to support Charlotta and Wishy, please sign up. I got till Thursday the 14th. We got to give a head count. It's $55 a person. Super buffet, silent auction, live auction, the governor installation. It's going to be a good, fun time. Y'all please consider coming. And I'd like Kim Green to come up. Kim is the retired CEO of Shriners, as we all know. He was a director in the club in 2012-13, and he will be receiving his Paul Harris +6 pin today. All right, thank you, sir. Let him get a picture. All right.
All right, great. Thanks, Lawrence. Thank you, Ken. And Jeffrey now will come up and start our scholarship program. Please welcome Dr. Jeffrey Kirst.
All right, so today we're going to be discussing the etiology of temporomandibular joint disorders and their effect on neuroinflammation. So, I'm so sorry, that's the wrong paper. That's tonight's lecture. I'm sorry about that. Today I have the distinct honor and privilege of taking your dollars and taking those hard-earned dollars that you have allocated to the young people of our area to try to help them get started in their own lives. I think it's really unique that our club takes a big portion of our dues so that we're not passing around the hat or the church offering plate every week to ensure that we can do something really special, which is offer 7 different really incredible scholarships to some 7 really incredible students in our area. You know, the scholarship program itself, how many years have we done this? Long before I ever came aboard, maybe before I was even born. All right, maybe not. But I know Alan Prater had ran the scholarship program in the committee for many, many, many years. And it was my honor to be able to take over that portion of the program whenever Alan stepped back. And I just have to give a special thanks to those members on the scholarship committee, especially to Greg Lott and Charles Grubb, who did so much legwork to be able to get us where we are today. So if y'all don't mind, let's give them a round of applause. All right, so without further ado, it is my honor to begin this program by starting first with the James Allen Award, which is something that our foundation is able to provide each and every year to a centenary student in honor of James Allen. Our recipient is Miss Emma Foster, and Emma is currently attending Centenary, studying studio art and mathematics with an impressive 4.0 GPA. Her goal is to be a middle school math teacher, and yes, I've already spoken to Keith Burton on your behalf, and he's right over there, just letting you know, superintendent of Caterpillar Schools. She served as an honor court justice, received the Poppy Moon Award for Natural Sciences, and the Nellie Lyon Award for Studio Art. When asked what service above self means to Emma, she stated that it means to be a servant unto others, and her belief is that it's important to elevate and aid others, even at her own expense. Emma, if you don't mind, come on up to the stage. We'll get your award to you here. Thanks, Emma. Hey, Emma, we'll come right on up. Come right up. We'll take a picture. $2,000, right? $2,000 checks as prepared by Lawrence Calhoun. So if there's any issues, the guy in the gray is who you go talk to. Our second recipient today is also from Centenary. This is what starts what we would call the Rotary Club of Shreveport scholarships. Every year, our club allocates $12,000 or 6 $2,000 scholarships. One to Centenary, one to LSU Health, one to a student from LSU Shreveport, one to a student from BIPSI, one to a student from Northwestern, and one student to Southern as well. So between those 6 different scholarships, each and every year we give out $12,000 total, which I think is something to really be proud of. You know, my history goes back that I actually won the Rotary Club of Hot Springs scholarship in 2011 whenever I went to college. It was not $2,000, but it was the best that they could do, and it was plenty. So I love to see the ROI hopefully is paying off for Rotary now as a member myself. So our second winner is Juliana Malloy, also from Centenary. Juliana currently attends Centenary studying psychology and English with an impressive 4.0 GPA. She plans to study behavioral neuroscience in pursuit of a PhD to better understand neuroimaging and move more into a clinical setting. She is currently the senior copy editor of the school newspaper, volunteers at Common Ground, and is presenting research at the Louisiana Academy of Sciences Conference in March. Something kind of a fun fact about Juliana, she also spent 2 years running track and hurdles as a short distance runner and as a hurdler at Centenary as well. So Juliana, if you want to come on up.
I just want to say thank you, the Rotary Club, Rotary Club, sorry, I'm nervous, for supporting and believing in students in Louisiana, especially college students. We really, really appreciate y'all doing this. I also want to say thank you to my mom for giving me my work ethic. Thank you for my partner for always being there for me, and Angela also for being here for me today. And she's not here, but also thank you to my lovely little dog, Lacey, who's amazing. Thank you so much.
We're going to get a picture of you. Thanks, Juliana. So our third recipient is Lane Amadeo. And Lane cannot be here today from LSU Health. I'll read a little bit more about him too. But as an LSU Health graduate, these are the students who are in the Medical Sciences Center studying some kind of medical profession to try to go out and help better the community. As I'm sure some of y'all may have even seen The Advocate recently, but the economic impact that LSU Health and Ochsner have in our area, and no, I'm not affiliated with either one, but I do love having a medical school here. As someone who is often sending patients and doesn't really know what to do with them, more often than you could ever imagine, it's great to have a learning facility here in Shreveport that we can, I hate to use the word punt to, but that's exactly what it feels like we do sometimes is we punt and say, go to that building, somebody there will figure it out. So Lane is a medical student who is currently attending LSU Health and graduated summa cum laude from LSU Baton Rouge. He plans to have his own practice as a trauma surgeon with a focus on reconstructive surgeries. He's currently the vice president of the Plastic Surgery Interest Group, a Tiger ambassador, and volunteers with CASA, which is the court-appointed special advocates, who are responsible for advocating for the best interests of children in foster care in Shreveport. And Lane has also contributed to 4 literature works in the form of a peer-reviewed narrative study and has been published 3 times, which, by the way, I spent a very long period of my time to only get published once. It's a wild process, so I couldn't quite believe he'd been published 3 times. It's incredible. Lane can't be here today, but he's worked for Chick-fil-A for the past 10 years while in education. And so I think what you'll find in every one of the recipients here is that these are some impressive folks who are not just focusing on their education, but they're working at the same time. And I remember being told in dental school to quit buying avocado toast and I wouldn't have any student loan debt at the end of it. But it's a tough thing to work and be in school at the exact same time. And each and every one of the people up here are doing a lot more than just showing up in a classroom. So we'll give Lane his scholarship information. You can clap for him if you want. You don't have to. He's not here anyway. I'll package that up and put it in the envelope for him. Our next recipient is April George. April attends LSU Shreveport, boasting a 3.92 GPA with an impressive and challenging transcript. Whenever I saw that the only B that April had in a long period of time was organic chemistry, I was pretty impressed. Organic chemistry, I definitely got a B in that. I got a lot more Bs than just organic chemistry. And April wants to be a researcher focused on environmental science, including field work and wildlife conservation, although I am going to try to change April's mind and have her go into dentistry instead with the courses she's taken. Her comments on the interview page really stuck out to the members of the committee as she mentioned that every opportunity is just about making the most of it and that working hard has made her into a better person. April's a big believer in volunteer services and participates with the goal of making someone's life better just because of her service. So if you don't mind, April, come on up. Congratulations. See any pictures. You go say anything? Okay. Our next recipient is Amy Bowles from Bipsy. Amy's a mother of 2 at Bipsy working towards receiving her BNS with the hopes of working one day in an emergency department. She found her way back to school after she and her husband were road truck drivers who had their truck blown over in California by the high winds. And shortly after that, her husband needed open heart surgery, and that moved her towards pursuing a career in the medical field. Her letters of recommendation were glowing and emphasized just how dedicated she is to her studies while maintaining her responsibilities to the student organizations and the Student Life Office. She shows up daily with an exceptional work ethic, being dependable, responsible, and respectful. The letters of recommendation were glowing, by the way. I don't know if you got to read those or not. They're fantastic. So Amy, if you don't mind, come on up. Oh, come on.
I was actually caught on television coming out of the windshield of our truck in my Wonder Woman jammies and my booty shorts. And it is on YouTube if anybody would like to look that up. First of all, I'd like to thank God, because without him, I would not be where I am today. And through his blessings. Thank you to the Rotary Club of Shreveport for the generosity in giving me this honor. It is definitely an honor. I would like to thank Katrina Sproles for the opportunity to apply. She's the Title IX coordinator at BIPSI. And even though she's not here, Tiffany Sandiford, the Director of Student Life, for her encouragement to apply. Dr. Muhammad Islam for his wonderful letter of recommendation. And Michelle Triplett, the Program Director, Program Coordinator for Student Life of BIPSI, for her wonderful letter of recommendation. And she is an awesome boss. To my husband, Charles, who gives me the space and time to study, thank you very much. And finally, to my best friend, Sherry. It is because of her that I took the first steps to go to college, and for being one of my biggest cheerleaders. Thank you again for this amazing honor.
So, Amy mentioned the people involved at each of the universities, of which we have many of the faculty, advisors, and mentors here with us today. I know that there are many of you here in the positions you're in right now because of the mentors that came before you. And obviously, those in education serve as mentors for the most vulnerable and yet the most important population, which is our children, and those who will one day serve us. I want to just take a moment, if that's okay, to thank the folks who have been those contact individuals at the different universities. For many of you who don't know, the way the scholarship committee works is we are referred 3 individuals, and those 3 individuals are recommended to us by the university itself. So they're sending us the 3 of their best and brightest, and then between those 3 individuals, they're responsible for filling out their application, with which our committee goes through the 3 different applications to pick the ultimate winners of the scholarships. Those 6 individuals at Centenary were Lynette Viskowski, at LSU Health, Heather Rivera, LSU Shreveport, Brittany Gay, at Northwestern State, Ratha Cox, at Southern, Cheryl Taylor, and at BIPSI, Katrina Sproles. So I want to thank those 6 individuals for helping us make today a possibility as well. All right, and keep those clapping hands going. We've got 2 more. So our next winner today is Miss Ellie Hardy from Northwestern State University. Ellie is a junior at Northwestern. Her parents are here with her today as well. She's the president of the Pan-Hellenic Council, a coordinator for the food pantry, and if we're playing matchmaker here, I need you to speak to Miss Martha Merrick, the food pantry as well. So get with Miss Ellie, Martha. She's compassionate and loves to serve others. And her parents just said the most wonderful glowing things about you. Because I lost my notes on Miss Ellie this morning, so I had to have Mom and Dad fill me in on a few details. She is currently studying social work with the hope to go back and one day get her master's, and then try to figure out which way we want to go after that. Academia, clinical, there's lots of different options for social work. So Ellie, if you don't mind, come on up.
I just want to say thank you to all of y'all that are here today that made this happen. Because of y'all, I'm now able to go and I'm gonna do my internship in the fall through the food pantry, which is super awesome. It's never been done before. Northwestern pushes through a lot of clinical people, which is it's just interesting that I get to go do that. I would also like to thank Miss Retha Cox for putting my name up, and my mom and dad for showing me what servant leadership looks like. My mom is a college math teacher at BIPSI, and my dad is a state trooper, so just having those mentors for me have really meant a lot. So thank y'all.
Thanks, good job, thanks. And last but not least, and I'm going to pick on Raven a little bit because she's in dentistry. Raven is our award winner from Southern University. She's a mother of 2, a dental hygiene student in her first year, graduating in 2027. When asked about service above self, Raven's remarks include being compassionate and showing integrity, with success measured by the impacts we leave on other people's lives. As someone who works with dental hygienists every day, I think it's a lot of what you said resonated with me, because I think that you're able to get to know people in a very different way than maybe some of their healthcare professions. There are days I get to be a counselor, some days I get to be a marriage counselor. Sometimes you get asked for tax advice, which I don't know how to give. There's lots of different roles and shoes we fill. You try to stay in your lane as best as you can. It's easy to get out of it. And even Sunday night at 10 o'clock at night, I'm getting a call from somebody whose mom is having a blood pressure crisis. And as I sit there, I'm thinking, why am I getting this phone call right now? So we have a lot of fun roles we get to play. And Raven is someone who is passionate about helping others not just feel confident in their smiles, but also advocate for more than just their teeth, just their overall general oral health. She's passionate about prevention and education for patients and wants to just be an exceptional community member. Raven, you're our last one up, so come on up, come get your award.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Raven Franklin, and I am truly honored to be standing here as a recipient as a 2026 Rotary Club Shreveport Scholarship for Southern University. I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you guys for believing in me and investing in my future. Receiving this scholarship means so much more to me than just financial support. It is encouragement, it is motivation, and it's a reminder there's people in the community that care about students like me and want to see us succeed. I'm currently attending SUSLA, where I'm working towards my educational and career goals in dental hygiene. I would also like to thank the faculty and staff at SUSLA for their guidance, encouragement, and dedication. Their support has already played an important role in helping me stay focused on my goals. This scholarship has already impacted me by easing some of the financial stress that comes with pursuing higher education. It allows me to focus more on my studies and my future instead of worrying as much as about expenses. Your generosity brings me one step closer to achieving my dream of helping others through healthcare and making a positive difference in people's lives. It inspires me to work harder, to stay dedicated, and to give back to the community just like y'all have given to me. I hope to make you proud through my accomplishments and using the opportunities you have helped create. Thank you again to the Rotary Club for this incredible honor and making a lasting impact on my life. Thank you.
So as the commissioner of multiple fantasy football leagues, I often get accused of collusion. And so I will say, in Raven's case, being that there was a dental hygiene student, I did recuse myself from the voting. So Raven, you won it outright. That being said, I do thank each and every one of you for being here today, for being generous enough donors to be willing to not just share your finances. That's great. It's a wonderful tool, but it's nothing more than just a tool. And it's not a tool unless we attach the person to it. And I think each and every one of you in here that are willing to step up and be a part of this committee, to donate your finances, but also just to even share a smile, to shake a hand of one of these young people. There's a lot of confidence that comes from that. This is an intimidating room. And I think being in a room like this with a bunch of people who are business owners, your community leaders, can be terrifying for young people. But there's no better way to break down that barrier of what's scary than to just step right into it. And each of these individuals that walked up here today did exactly that. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you for being present. Thank you for being willing to step up on a stage with a bunch of people you don't really know. And thank you for what you're doing. Keep making the world a better place, because without you, what's the point? So keep up the good work. Thank you all again.
So all of us older folks that are in here remember Alan Prater doing this, and he did it for so many years, did such a great job. but his was much more drawn out than Jeffrey's. And sometimes we'll go to 1:15, Martha, you're doing this, yes. And so Jeffrey has gotten it down to an art, and he's quick, he's succinct, and it's so great that, all these recipients are here. I'm glad Interact was here, but that is all our meeting is. I mean, this is it. It's pretty quick today. So I really appreciate everybody coming out to our meeting. Do you have anything else, Lawrence? Oh gosh. We got prizes to give away too. So will you please get out your tickets? We have the Rotary Foundation today. $39 goes to Foundation, $39 to the winner of ticket number 466. That's 466. All right, there you go. Going to Southern. Then let's see, how many eggs do we, Roseneath Flowers, 4 half dozen? Okay. Roseneath Flowers from Roseneath Flower Shop goes to 422. Goes 422. All right. Then we have 4 for all our guests. Andy Sheehy brings eggs from his chickens, or his hens, I should say. I got to stick to the John Lowe story. Everybody remembers that story, right? How he explained. They're not Andy Sheehy's eggs. They're Andy Sheehy's hens' eggs. Where is Andy? I know Andy's got to be here. There you go, Andy. Right, Andy? You didn't produce these eggs. These are your hens, correct? Let's clear that right now. Yeah, exactly. I just slept at a Holiday Inn last night. So the first half dozen go to ticket number 368. 368. All right, Mark. Second go to 377. All right. Third set goes to 493. 493. Larry, there you go. It's always something with you, Larry. You get always something. I can't, when you're on Zoom, I can't believe I don't hear you raise your hand when you won. You win so much. I think there's some shenanigans going on. So the fourth and final set of Andy Sheehy's hens' eggs goes to 428. 428. Oh, Diane, it's your birthday, girl. That's the eggs. All right. So I want to thank James, money taker, Lori, selling the raffle tickets. Thank you, Lori. Where's Lori? I saw Lori just a minute ago. Oh, right there. I was staring right over there. Then Sam, thank you very much for a greeter scanner. And next week, Brian Hall, who is our zone director in Rotary, will be here to speak to us. For those of you not aware, Rotary has 1.4 million members worldwide. And, we have, obviously, governors. We have clubs like ours, and we have governors that are over multiple parishes or counties that oversee our clubs and try to coordinate things. Then we have zone directors. And zone directors in Rotary are really the upper echelon. That's where Lawrence will go next. And they cover huge swaths of the country from top to bottom. And it's really, really a treat to get a zone director here, because after that, we're just dealing with Rotary International President. That's who's next in line. So I think it's real advantageous for you guys to be here, listen to what Brian has to say. If you have questions for him about what's going on with Rotary or where you'd like to see Rotary, man, that's the guy to talk to and let him know what's going on. So he will be here next week on the 12th. On the 15th, we will have coffee at Rhino. Is that correct, Ross? Mine says the 15th. You know what I say when it's written on here? Ron Burgundy. Is it this? No. Is it this Friday? Well, it says the 15th. Is it this Friday, or this Friday is the 8th? Is that right? Is that correct? Okay. Well, again, don't put it on the teleprompter if you don't want me to read it. So, this Friday, the 8th, we will have coffee at Rhino Coffee from 7:30 to 8:30. So, everybody come. Gail, were you mouthing something to me? 21st for next Thursday at Silver Star. And Gail, you were saying last Thursday we had 31 people at the Thursday. It was fantastic. It was great. Is there anything else coming up? Lawrence, you mentioned about the district assembly. And then on the 19th, it's going to be a really interesting program. We have Tim Temple, who's the insurance commissioner for the state of Louisiana. He's going to be back up here. He's spoken to us before. And of course, his lieutenant, Barrow Peacock, has spoken to us as well. It's always good as business owners to press Tim on things, why our fleets cost so much, our vehicles, insurance. So be here on the 19th to talk to Tim and hear what he has to say. I mean, he's trying, I know that. So with that, if you'd all please stand and join me in the five-way test. Of all the things that we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And will it be fun? Rotary is adjourned.